Equations are in frequent use as we look around in our daily life, like sale and purchase of different things, measuring the areas and volumes of different shapes, finding the length and width of a shape when the area of that shape is given. While purchasing several pencils and books together and selling them separately, the shopkeeper can easily find their price individually by using knowledge of equations. Similarly, one can find the length or width of a swimming pool if its area is given with the help of simple equations. Area of frame for a picture can also be calculated by measuring the dimensions of picture with the help of equations to get an accurate frame for that specific picture. Correct covered area and the area of each unit can also be calculated with the help of equations before the construction of building, and additionally, idea about the material used. Viewers, taking roots of quadratic equation in consideration and the coefficients of these quadratic equations, we will develop a relation between these roots and coefficients which will help us to solve our problem later.
X cube is equal to 1. So if we take 1 on the other side, that will give you x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. That is, if we change it into the formula, that is a cube minus b cube, that will be x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1. So the multiple of both of them is 0. So this means each one of them is 0. That is, x minus 1 is equal to 0. This implies that x is equal to 1. This will be your real root. That is, the second one, x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So it will give you the value minus 1 plus minus 1 minus 4 divided by 2. Now 1 minus 4 is minus 3. That is minus 1 plus minus minus 3 under root divided by 2. Now we will change them into two factors because iota square is equal to minus 1. So in place of minus 1, we will change it by iota, and when there is iota square, outside the root there will be iota divided by 2. Now there will be two roots, that is x is equal to minus 1 plus iota under root 3 divided by 2, and x is equal to minus 1 minus iota under root 3 divided by 2. Now the three roots will be 1 minus 1 plus iota under root 3 by 2 and minus 1 minus iota under root 3 by 2. They are given the specific name, that is 1 is equal to 1, but this will be given the name omega and this will be given the name omega square. Now there are three cube roots of unity and they are 1, omega and omega square.
Viewers, what does the term unity mean? Yes, you're right. To keep things together, to get a collective effect. In mathematics, unity means 1. Now we'll give you an idea that how one can find three roots of unity, and the term is called cube roots of unity, as cube means 3.
First property is the sum of these roots, that is 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. That is, sum of all these cube roots must be equal to 1. Similarly, their product, that is 1 into omega square, that is equal to omega cube, that is equal to always 1. Similarly, omega is equal to 1 over omega square, and omega square will always be equal to 1 over omega. Now we will use the properties of cube roots of unity to find out the solution of our problem. Let's see. This is given, prove that this is equal to this one, that is minus 1. So we will take left hand side, that is minus 1 plus minus 3 over 2 power 16 plus minus 1 minus under root 3 over 2 power 16, that is, this one you know that is omega, the first cube root of unity, and this was the second complex cube root of unity. So if we place the values of omega and omega square, that is omega power 16, because this was equal to omega. Similarly, this was equal to omega square, that is omega square power 16. Now we will simplify, that is omega power 16 plus omega power 32, that is omega cube power 3 into 5, that is 15, and 1 omega is left. Similarly, 3 into 10 will be 30, that is omega square is left. Now we will place the value of cube, that is 1. You can write over here, that is omega cube is equal to 1. That will give you 1 power 5 is 1. So this is omega and this is omega square, because 1 power anything is 1. Now you got another property, that is omega plus omega square, that is equal to minus 1. This means omega square plus omega is equal to minus 1. That is equal to your right hand side, which proves your identity that was given to you. This is a valuation problem, that we will give the values to different cube roots of unity. Let's see how. This is given, evaluate omega power minus 35 plus omega power minus 46. We will change them into positive, that is 1 over omega power 35 plus 1 over omega power 46. Then similarly we will use the property omega cube, that is 11 into omega square, that is 35. 11 into 3 is 33 and omega square will be 35. Similarly, 1 over omega 3 power 15 into omega. 3 5 15s are 45 and 1 46. That will give you 1 over 1 power 11 into omega square plus 1 over 1 power 15 into omega. That is equal to 1 over omega square plus 1 over omega. Now we will take its LCM. That will be omega into omega square. That will give you omega plus omega square. Omega plus omega square over omega cube. Now by using the properties, you know that omega plus omega square is equal to minus 1 and omega cube is equal to 1. So that is equal to minus 1. Its value is minus 1.
Problems involving quadratic equations were found systematically recorded in a book called AIOU Swanshu, which contained a wide collection of mathematical writings before the Horn dynasty. This is one of the problems that uses quadratic equations and AIOU. The figure shows a square courtyard of unknown length with 2 gates at the southern and the northern walls. The gates are at the center of the walls. By walking 20 steps out of the northern gate, one can reach a tree Y. By walking 14 steps out of the southern gate and turning west to walk a further 1775 steps, the tree can be sighted. One can find out the area of courtyard by quadratic equation. In bracket 20 plus 14 bracket square is equal to 1775. In bracket 20 square plus 2 in bracket 20 bracket over and in bracket 14 plus 14 square is equal to 1775. 400 plus 40 plus 28 plus 196 is equal to 1775. 664 is equal to 1775. And now 1775 minus 664 is equal to 1111.
In order to understand simple equation, we can take an example of simple physical balance. Here is a physical balance. You can see both the sides of the balance are balancing each other. They will remain in balance if equal amount of weights are added on both the sides, or if equal amount of weights are taken away from both the sides. Similarly, they will remain in balance if equal amount of weight are doubled on both the sides. The above discussion leads us to the following 4 rules. Number 1, equal numbers may be added to each side. Equal numbers may be subtracted from each side. Each side may be multiplied by equal number except 0. And the last is, each side may be divided by equal number except 0. Now we will take some algebraic expression to understand. X minus 4 equals to 6, or x minus 4 plus 4 equals to 6 plus 4. Here you can see that we have added the same number, that is 4, on both the sides. So we are left with x equals to 10. Another important thing in solving this simple equation is a formula. We will tell you what a formula is and how it can be formed. A formula expresses a rule in algebraic term. It uses abbreviation to write instruction for performing the calculation. For example, we can find out the area of rectangular shaped object like table or frame with the help of formula. Formula also help us to find out the area of triangular and other geometrical shaped object. In order to find out the rectangular shaped object, we will use the formula A is equal to L into B. Here we have used 3 abbreviations, A, L and B. A stands for the area, L for the length and B for the breadth. So by multiplying length into breadth, we can find out the area of rectangular shaped object. Let's take another example. A swimming pool can be filled with water by 2 pipes in 3 hours. If the large pipe alone takes 8 hours less than the smaller pipe to fill the pool, find the time in which it will be filled by each pipe operating singly. Suppose a large pipe takes X hours to fill the pool. Then the smaller pipe would take X plus 8 hours. In 1 hour, the large pipe fills 1 over X of the pool. In 1 hour, the smaller pipe fills 1 over X plus 8 of the pool. In 1 hour, both pipes will fill 1 over X plus 1 over X plus 8 of the pool. But in 1 hour, the 2 pipes can fill 1/3 of the pool. Therefore, we will get 1 over X plus 1 over X plus 8 is equal to 1 over 3. Or X plus 8 plus X over X bracket X plus 8 is equal to 1 over 3. Or 6X plus 24 is equal to X square plus 8X. Or X square plus 2X minus 24 equals to 0. Or X minus 4 into X plus 6 is equal to 0. So we will get X equals to 4 or minus 6. For further understanding, let's take a practical problem. Suppose a boy starts from his home, walked for 45 minutes at the rate of 3 kilometers per hour. Then he ran for half an hour at certain speed. At the end of the journey, he was 6 kilometers away from home. How fast did he run? Suppose the speed at which he ran is written as x kilometer per hour. We all know that distance is equal to speed into time. Distance the boy walked is equal to 3 into 45 divided by 60. This is equal to 9/4 kilometer. The distance he ran is equal to x into 1/2 is equal to x/2 kilometer.
Graphical representation of any mathematical statement is always interesting and productive to enrich our belief about that statement. This is why we have arranged such sort of activity for you, which will tell you that how we can find the solution of an equation by drawing lines on a graph paper.
In this question, we will tell you that how we can solve the equations of second degree. That is, the two equations given are x square plus 9y is equal to 9, and the second equation is y square is equal to 9x. So both contains degree 2, so they are not linear. These equations are commonly used in circles, ellipse, hyperbolas and parabolas. Now similarly, we will place different values of x and we will get different values of y. And these values are up to your own convenience. For first equation, we will place the values of x 0, 3, 6, 9 and 10. This contains x contains square, so you will place minus or plus. This will give you the same values for y. So y is equal to 1, 0, minus 3, minus 8 and minus 10.1. While placing all these values, corresponding values of y are given. So this will be the first table. Similarly, for the second table, we will place the values. They are 0, 1, 4, 9 and 10. Now you can easily see that for our convenience, we have placed all these values which contains a perfect square root, because the square root is given on the x. So 4 will have a square root, similarly 3, similarly so on. Then the table shown below is 0, plus minus 3, plus minus 6, plus minus 9 and plus minus 9.5 are the values of y corresponding to the value of those which are given in x. Then we will get different points. We will plot these different points on the graph, and where these two conic sections meet. Now these are not straight lines, these are conic sections. So where these conic section meets will be the solution of the equation. And you can easily observe that these conic sections meets at 2 points, that is minus 1 and 1 and 9.6 and minus 9.3. Why? Because this was second degree equation, so there will be 2 points or 2 solutions for this equation. For linear, we have only one solution, and for 2 degree equations, we will have 2 solutions. The next problem is that how we will use equations to solve the word problems. That is, if a problem is given in statements, how we will change them into the equations and then find out the values. Let's suppose you want to find the area of a quadrilateral or the area of a rectangle. Then how you will use the equations. Read carefully the problem and make relationship between the quantities given in the statement. Next step is step number 2, that represents the unknown quantities in variables form like x and y. State the symbols x, y according to the condition of the equations. Number 4, solve the equations to find out the values of unknown variables x and y, which will be our ultimate solution. Our next problem is that if the area is given, how we can find the length and width of an rectangle. Find the sides of a rectangle with area 128 meters square if its length is twice of its width. So let's suppose let width is equal to x, then length will be definitely twice, that is 2 into x. Now according to condition, what is area? That is area is equal to length into width. Length is 2x and width is x, and the value of area is given as well, that is 128. Now we will simplify. 128 is equal to 2x square. X square is 128 divided by 2. X square is 64. Taking under root on both sides, x is equal to 8. So the value of x is 8. This means width is 8. Width is equal to 8. Then length will be 2 into x, that is 2 into 8, that is 60.
This is why we have arranged such sort of activity for you, which will tell you that how we can find the solution of an equation.
A picture frame measures 14 cm by 20 cm. Its area, that is the area of the picture actually, it is given 160 square centimeters of the picture shows. Find the width of the frame. What we will do now, we will insert a picture in the frame and then we will find the area of the picture and then we will find the width of the frame. Suppose the width of the frame is x centimeter as indicated. Then the width of the picture will be 14 minus 2x centimeter. And the length of the picture is 20 minus 2x centimeter. So we will find the area, that is equal to length into width. That is the area of the picture, 20 minus 2x into 14 minus 2x. As area is given, so we will place it equal to 160. Now we will form an equation. To simplify it, we will multiply, and the simpler form of quadratic equation is 4x square minus 68x plus 120, that is equal to 0. And to make it more simplified, we will take 4 common and the equation will be x square minus 17x plus 30 is equal to 0. Now we will factorize and the factors will be x minus 15 into x minus 2, that is equal to 0. As both are equal to 0, so either x minus 15 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0.
Well, viewers, in this program, we try to convey the topic of equations to you in an interesting and productive manner, and of course, to solve your problems regarding that. Thanks for being with us. Allah Hafiz.